what's the deal with the people? I want to get into something right quick. I don't know if it's gonna be long or short, but straight to the point. Man, with this money, it took a lot of mental power, and I ain't saying that overnight. I was just like, oh, I know what to do with my money and shit now. It had to be a hit in my head, as we say. I had to hit my head a couple times to see what was going on. Like, I had to experience things. So, you know, my mindset when I was young, when I would get money, I would spend it. Like, anything I wanted. If I just because I got money, let me go get some candy. Satisfy me. You feel me? And then it got to a point like my godmom, she had always been good with money, still good with money. And she will always tell me, like, every time you get some money, you always spend it. You don't never want to save it. Like, that's not your first thought. And it wasn't. Like, man, I don't know. But it came from my mom's side of the family. Like, that's all we did. Whenever we got money, we going out. We going to Ross. We going to TJ Maxx. We going somewhere to spend it. And that's what it was about. It became, I have my own money. I can do what I want with it. And when I got my first job, when I started working at the pool, and I started getting my first paychecks, it was over. That's like, damn, I got money now. Like, I'm getting this every 2 weeks, man. Like, I was just so grateful, even though it wasn't like all that. It's like 300 most. Like, at most you get 500 in the summer. Like, it was 300 to 500 a check, but I wasn't getting shit. I had to get, like, when I went to my grandparents' house, okay, they had the little $2-3 for the stove, but I ain't have shit that I was getting on my own. And so when I did finally have it, I didn't know what to do with it. I like looking good. I like smoking weed, and I like eating. Not a lot, but I like eating good things. You feel me? So that's what I did. I spent my money on the things that I like to do the most. And, over time, it got to a point where it was like I was going here and back and forth with myself. Like, this is not aiding my life, and this is what I like to do. And so it's like I wasn't going to give up weed. And, I'm still focused on looking good, but there's nobody validating me. There's nobody like, damn, that shit fly. I like what you got on. Like, ain't nobody doing that shit. So I'm just looking fly for no reason to me at this point. And so after that, I started working somewhere else, getting some more, and then things started having to level up. I had to get my first apartment. Like, I was pressed to get my first apartment. So it was like, all right, you're not gonna be making all this money and living up in nobody's house. People made that very clear to me. Like, you're gonna have to pay some form type of rent, and that's gonna be that. And that was a hard thing to take in, because it's like, damn, like, this is all I got. And it's crucial because now I think of the fact, like, we always, like, we never take that into account when we kids. When we kids, our parents going through shit is just like, okay, we just going through this. Like, this is how it is. But you always seem them find a way from that. And it's just like, I went through phases of, damn, I forgot my train of thought. But I just went through back and forth things with myself about the things that I was doing. And it was just it was a crazy time, I tell you, because once, like, that's where I was. Like, I had to give up money to stay somewhere, and then by the time I got to my own money, there was barely anything left for me to go get the weed that I wanted. You feel me? So it was just sacrifices. Like, I learned where I had to sacrifice things. Like, okay, if you're not gonna get rid of this weed and you believe that the weed is not hindering you, which it was hindering me because I would, want weed before I got money and shit and just be backwards with the shit. So it was just like, all right. And that's when I started trying to stop smoking. And I realized who I was when I stopped smoking, and it made me feel good. But then of course I started smoking again. And then it just came into my mind like, all right, if you're going to do this when you have the time. Like, do this when you're done with fucking using your mind. Like, do this when you're relaxing and chilling. Like, use it for what it's for. Indica for this, like, you know. And that's why I smoke hybrids, because you're not really like, and you're not really like, oh shit, like, you feel me? So I had to make sacrifices, put things where they go, and make sure that I'm disciplined in the areas that I need to be disciplined in. I don't like not fulfilling myself. I don't like being in the wrong. Like, not, because there's no wrong or right. I don't like making myself have to do more things. Like, I don't like making it hard on myself. I like to have things be on time if they can be. If I have the, I got the movements, so if it could be on time, I'm gonna make sure it's on time. If it could be, as it's always gonna be the best of my work. I'm never gonna half-ass anything. That's just how I work. But it really just was sacrifices. It just, one day I stopped asking my grandpa to borrow money. One day I stopped asking my dad to borrow money. I just stopped completely asking other people because I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want to hear, where's my money? I don't want to hear it. Like, I stopped asking people for things just because of that. I don't want to hear you in my ear like, where is it at the next day? I don't want to hear that shit. I told you when I was going to have it, and maybe I didn't. But, like, why are you pressing me? We family. You feel what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. It was one day, and I just don't remember the day. I just stopped doing it. It was one day I started using the money that I asked for what it was, for what I said it was for, instead of buying weed instead. And having to fucking pinch. Because, look. When you ask for something for a certain thing and you use it for another thing, it becomes thinner. It's just like, it's not even the amount that it was anymore. It's like I was asking for 40, but I'm spending 30, 25 on weed and fucking having 15, 10 left to put in my gas tank. Like, what kind of fucking, my shit was backwards, I'm telling you. But I had to go through all of that. I wouldn't have never. I'm like, where's my cat? This nigga crying and shit. I would have never come to the conclusions that I've come to if I would have never, gone through those experiences. What's wrong, Pop? What's wrong? It's hot or what? I don't know. My baby needs something and I don't know what it is. It's so hard when you have a fucking child and shit. It's not a fucking baby, like a physical baby and shit, cause that's even harder. But when you got a kid and they can't speak, they can't fucking point at the shit that it wants, it's hard. But nah, man, I just wanted to spit that real quick, cause like it just really be disciplines, and it really have to be will. You have to be willing. It was thoughts that I had to decide to follow or not. It was thoughts like, okay, so you would rather have weed than money? Are you sure? You rather have weed than gas and food and shit? Are you sure? because you need to survive. You're not gonna fucking live off of eating weed, my nigga. So, and weed makes you fucking hungry. So, make it all make sense, yo. That's what I told myself. Those are the thoughts that was running my head. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Do you think this is a good idea? Are you thinking right? Like, weed is not helping you. It's hurting you. Like, and then you ask the question, why is this shit doing this shit? Why is weed hurting me? Like, what is it exactly that's happening? Why? I've started asking myself these goddamn questions. Why is it that I want weed and not money? Because I was lazy. I don't want to fucking work. I don't care what it is. I don't want to work. I want the money. Give me the fucking money, and then maybe I'll think about the work that I have to do. That's all I was on. It was a need. Once you get rid of the need, you ain't got no more. It ain't nothing else. Once you get rid of the need, I need money to do this. I need money to get this. Like, once you get rid of it, stop living outside of your means, shit is gonna come to you. And not bullshit. You feel me? Good stuff. Like fucking AM PM. Too much good stuff. Like, this shit is real. Life is real, and it all depends on choice. If you feel like I need weed to get through this way of life, which is something that I thought, you are going to depend on weed. Then the shop that you be going to get the little, good weed, like, not good weed, but like the shop that you be going to that's low key, that don't got no tax on the shit, they done closed, and now you having to compromise some shit that you want. It just took us, man. It just took a second, and I didn't even have to stop completely. I had to stop for some days. I had to stop because it's either this or this. And I this is what I need now. It's no longer I need weed. It's that I need the goddamn food. I need the goddamn gas to get to work, to make the money and have the money again. Like, I had to really rewire my shit. It's like, make things make sense, and then you start doing shit that makes sense. It has to make sense here first, though. You can't just be like, oh shit, let me try that. And you ain't got no, excitement. You ain't got no nothing towards it. You just want to see if it worked for you. And it's crazy. Something I heard today, a story of a lady that believed that she heard someone. She didn't believe it, because the story I'm about to tell you, if she would have believed it, she wouldn't have had this happen. But someone told her, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. She like, all right, let's see if this is real. Just look at all my body movements, the words I'm saying, all of that. Just peep the energy. Let me see if this shit works. I'm going to have the faith of a mustard seed tonight. I'm going to move that mountain. That mountain right there is going to move for me. And then she went to sleep, woke up to find that the mountain was not moved. Why is this? Because it's not the physical moving of the mountain. It's the obstacle of life. What is in front of you that's bothering you, that's stopping you, that's blocking you? That's your mountain. You can physically move the mountain. If something happens in your life, you can't control it. You can control it. You can't control anything that happens to happen in your life. You can't control anybody else's part. If something randomly happens, that's something you can't control. But you can't control if it stays or goes. That's what I'm saying. So it was a bunch of that in my life. And within a span of 3 years, from 2020 to 2023, a lot of things have changed. And all I had to do was realize who I was, accept it, and walk in it. Because if you don't, you wither away. You say, fuck it. I choose not to say fuck it. I choose to want to know what's going on in life, even if I can't know it down to the fucking T. Alright, fine. I'm going to make calculated risks about the things that I do, and I'm going to make sure it's fine. I'm going to make sure that I put my best effort for it. And I'm going to make sure that, I rep that. When you put your best effort into anything, it's going to come out for you how you want it to. It's going to make noise for you how you want it to. And I believe that. Just watch how my life play out. I used to always be afraid to say things into existence because it wasn't happening. I wasn't doing it. That's why the shit wasn't happening. I wasn't doing nothing. I'm just like, God, just do this for me and let it just all trickle down. Let me see it happen right in front of my face. And God, like, what you gonna do? Because I could help you. I could give you the land. I could show you the land. I could show you the car. The car is all around you. It's driving all around you. But you gotta go get it. I could give you scenarios and situations where money is gonna flow to you. But you gotta use it right. You know what I'm saying. You feel me? I could do things for you, but how are you going to treat the people that are in front of you? How are you going to treat the people that care for you? How are you going to treat the people that love you? How are you going to treat the people that would do anything for you? How are you going to treat these people? Are you going to have good intentions, or are you going to be ill will? Are you going to take the blessings that I give you and turn superior? Are you going to take the blessings that I give you and just give it all away just mindlessly? Are you going to do what you need to do if I give you what you want? Are you going to take this $40 and put it into your gas tank? Or are you going to take this $40 and try to split it some way where you can have both things that you want and end up not having enough? It's your mindset. It's your connection, your communion, your relationship with God. God is not going to move something physically for you. God is not a human. In my eyes, God is the energy. And the energy is within us. It's up to everybody's interpretation. I was placed on this earth to help you think, to help you grow, to help you realize that you have the choice to make moves. It's not to tell you and beat into your head that God is the one you need to be turning to. God is here to aid us. God is here to help us. God cannot do anything if we are not doing anything. Yeah, you can have a sense of, oh, I feel something. I feel like I should say something. I feel like I should do something. But if you don't do it, if you don't act on it, it's like God is wasting his breath, wasting her breath. I'm just in tune with myself. I do what works for me and I make shit happen in life. I stick to my core values and I don't break. I'm a bend. Because that's compromise. But I ain't breaking for nothing. I ain't giving nobody nothing. It was not like that for me. And it's not just because it wasn't like that for me. It's because there's a principle. There's things that you have to experience in life in order to get this thing. And in the strongest way possible. That is what I was brought from. Make it hard, and not consciously, but make it hard. It's been made hard for me. But look at who I am. I'm the best version of myself, the greatest version of myself. You feel me? And it's only getting better. It's only this growth. It comes from that. I know that. So if people, it's like creating strength. And I understand that now. It's like it's like they did not want to give me this because they just selfish. And maybe it was, but it's more like the principle, strength. Get it on your own. Act like ain't nobody gonna give you shit. Even if you grew up in a family that you got everything from, just act like it. If you move like ain't nobody gonna give you shit, you gonna succeed. I don't give a fuck where you going. I don't give a fuck if you want to be the motherfucking NASCAR driver. I don't give a fuck if you want to compete in the little Red Bull flying shit over the water. I don't give a fuck. You gonna be the greatest. You gonna succeed at that. All you need is belief, will, and belief, will, and what? Belief, faith, will, and action. If you got faith, it's no way that it can't happen. If you got faith, it's no way that it can't happen. If you got the will to do it, you gonna act with ease. And shit is gonna happen for you like, I'm telling you, bro. Just think about the shit that I be talking about and working in your life. Like, just be like, this nigga might not be true, but he might be true. I say he for real. I used to want to be a boy when I was young. Like, I don't want to be a boy now because that shit just crazy. But I still love women. I'm always love women. I just love being a woman. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I love the intuition. The only thing I don't like is I don't have a penis. Because I can't piss wherever I want. That's the only thing. But not having intuition, like the close, because femininity is the closeness of intuition. I was in my masculine energy a lot of my life growing up. It wasn't until like 2021 where I started merging it, but it's not like I have to be a girly girl. Like, I don't have to be a girly girl to have femininity. You have a soft spot. You have a connection with your intuition. You have the sensitivity to people. It's feminine attributes that I carry. You feel me? That I will never choose to let go. I'm proud of who I am. But I'm not finna be nothing for nobody. I'm gonna be who I wanna be and be happy in that. And if you don't think that's, like, nobody say you have to be here, bro. Like, fuck. I speak the same things all the time. It's gonna be one day where the people be like, oh shit, I remember what you talking about now. But we in retrogrades. It's Venus retrograde right now, and Mercury retrograde coming up. Like, shit is all out of whack, but this is the time to rest. This is the time to reflect. This is the time to go back and see what you've done and accomplished during the time that it has been moving forward. Because the shit is seemingly moving backward right now. We all moving forward still on Earth. But the planets is moving backwards. So the electricity and electronics and shit, which is Mercury, communication, the ways that we communicate, all that shit is jammed up right now because the shit is going backwards. As for Venus, femininity, love, relationships. You shouldn't get into relationships at this time. You should be trying to, like, you know, weigh out your options. That's what I'm trying to say. You should be trying to weigh out your options right now. Getting to know each and every one of them. When retrograde is over, then you might feel the urge like, damn, me and this person been doing this for a long time. We've been chilling for a little minute and I fuck with this person vibe. Now you are able to. Retrograde, you're not supposed to go to the back to the past. Mercury retrograde, you ain't supposed to go back to the past. Venus retrograde, you're not supposed to start nothing new. You're not supposed to drastically change some shit. So this is just the time to think about how your relationship with your money has been. Just different relationships in your life. Your business relationships, your personal relationships, your partnership, your money relationship, your relationship with self. Like all of that. It's just in review right now. And then as for communication, the best way is, how do you communicate? Have you been communicating in the way that you need to? Have you been communicating in a way that everybody, you know, it's understandable, even to the simplest mind? You know, like, it's just reflection. So when it's time to move, we ready to go. We ain't thinking about none of this shit that's passed already. Cause we done did it already. We didn't use the time for what it's for. Never let nobody make you think that you are wrong for utilizing what you have, utilizing what you know. Don't let nobody ever come in with that bullshit. You feel me? Stand true. If you know what you know to be true, if you looked it up, if you got hard evidence, if you got all of that, stand true in the things that you say. Don't have to explain it. You don't have to be thirsty like, oh look nigga, like I was telling the truth. Like, it don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. Nobody, it don't matter. Right or fucking wrong. If you right, be right. If you wrong, own up to the shit. Responsibility is key. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that you do, be the best version. Do it to the best of your ability. Don't leave nothing undone. Don't halfway do shit. And you'll find yourself in a better position in life. I'm telling you. Just little by little, gradually. If you continue to do things, if you have a stump, if you see something happen and you have a stump, like, it's iffy. You don't know if the universe gonna continue. You don't know if God gonna keep on blessing you. You don't know what's gonna happen next. In those times, you must be strong. You must remember. You must remind yourself of who you are, why you here, and what you have come to do. Your purpose. Because there are gonna be times where it's like, I don't know. There are gonna be times where your head is all over the place. There are gonna be times where you're gonna feel the old feelings, your old emotions that you're trying to walk away from. It's just tests. How are you gonna handle this now? I know the other time you couldn't really handle it. You ran away from it. But this time I want to see exactly how you gonna do it. Cause if it's a way that's gonna grow you, the shit will disappear like it was never there. I'm telling you. What you focus on shows up in your life at all times. What you keep around you, that shit gonna show up in your life. If you keep drama around you, shit's gonna fucking happen in your life. That's drama filled. If you maintain peace every day, peaceful situations are what you are going to notice. I'm telling you, it's crucial, because what you notice, it could be a billboard of, I got free diamonds for a nigga. And until you become conscious of that billboard is when you're gonna make moves. If you drive past the shit all the time, it be a time where you be like, damn, I drive past this shit all the time. Yeah, I never noticed it right here. It be like that. It be like that. That's how life be. But I'm almost 30 minutes on this bitch. But God put that on my heart, man. It's more like, tell about your experiences. Tell your experiences. What have I been through that I have healed from, that I could tell you? I've been through a lot, man. And it's only love that I'm here. It's only God that I'm here. God is love. So I'm just telling y'all just to keep it in mind. Like, just keep it in mind. Because it could be your reality too. You could be here like, I don't believe this nigga. And then something in your life happens to where you like, you feel me? Or you see something in your life It once you know, you can't unknow. That's one of the most crucial things about this universal life, this spiritual life. Once you know, you can't unknow. Once you awaken spiritually, you cannot go back to sleep. You gonna feel some type of way about yourself. You gonna feel like it's something I could do, but you ain't doing shit. You rather be asleep. But once you awaken and you try to go back to sleep, you gonna toss and turn. You gonna have nightmares. I'm telling you. But I love y'all, man. Real time. I needed that. I don't know if y'all needed that, but it's for all of us. Cause we won. If I'm healing and you watch me and you fuck with me, we healing together. You feel me? More life.